Every story appears ordinary till you see the core side of it.
And what you're looking for is a story behind the news.
We bring it to you from Lagos, the commercial capital of Nigeria.
Giving you all sides and political stories round the clock.
Every detail from the start line to the final whistle.
CoreTV News, expanding your view.
Hello there and welcome to the news at 4. I am Martins Dixon. The last may not have been heard of last week's blast in Ile-Ife community, Osun State. The People's Democratic Party governorship candidate in the August 9 election, Yola Nishore, has thrown the blame of the explosion on the doorstep of the All Progressives Congress. The ruling party in the state, however, replies the PDP and insisted that it is a sheer madness for anybody to accuse it of culpability. Franco Malape has more.
As widely reported in the media, Agbedegbede community area in Ife Central was thrown into panic last week when an explosion rocked the area. An eyewitness narrated how it happened.
We were waking up from sleep from the sound of a blast. Everywhere was vibrating. We thought it was a building that collapsed. After a while, I opened the door and came out. Then I heard that some people brought in bomb into that area.
The People's Democratic Party governorship aspirant Inyola Mishere blamed members of the All Progressives Congress for the explosion, saying it is an attempt to threaten his party members.
I'm aware there are some APC talks here that threaten people around here, very notorious. I believe that since Agbedegbede has threatened, there's going to break law and order for him to lose election. They're going to have to march on blood. He has started his threats as big to show his threat, but we will be equal to the task.
APC, however, denied the allegation, describing it as pure madness.
It's pure madness. APC will not destroy his own thing. Our people live in that area. Agbedegbede is a concentration of APC supporters in Ile-Ife. And you went ahead and threw something. I don't want to call it bomb because the police said they didn't see bomb. But they should not bring about tension, which we didn't have in the last 3.5 years here.
The police authority in Osun has debunked the rumor of a bomb, saying the explosion was a mere explosive device and not a bomb blast as alleged.
We discovered that the explosion was caused by what can be best described as a big bang or a knockout, and certainly not a bomb. No life was lost, no injury was reported, and no property was damaged.
According to reports, this is the second explosion in the year. The cause of the explosion is yet to be ascertained. Franco Malape, CoreTV News, Oshobo.
The All Progressives Congress has alleged strategy by the federal authorities to twist the forthcoming gubernatorial election in Osun State in favor of the People's Democratic Party using security forces. The party expressed concern over delays in distributing the permanent voters' cards to register voters in the state ahead of the August 9 governorship election, saying that the delay might be a trick to disenfranchise voters. The party urged INEC to maintain its neutrality during the forthcoming election and to ensure it does not do anything that can affect the credibility of the commission or the integrity of the election. The party's National Publicity Secretary, Lai Mohammed, said INEC has been painfully slow in processing the permanent voters' cards, wondering if the electoral body is not doing so deliberately to disenfranchise voters, especially in opposition strongholds. Governors of the Southeast Zone have reaffirmed their commitment to improving the security of the area in view of the recent interception of suspected members of the Boko Haram sect in Abia and Enugu states. The forum says it has received quotation from a vendor of international repute for supply of security equipment. The chairman of the forum and Abia State Governor, Theodore Oji, says there is massive purchase of security equipment to encourage law enforcement agencies in the zone. The meeting was attended by Thierry Oji of Abia, Martin Elechi of Ebonyi, and Anambra State Deputy Governor Nkem Okeke. Lagos State Governor Babatunde Fashola has given tanker drivers 1 week to stop parking on roads leading to Apapa Port or face enforcement. Fashola handed down the warning after the inspection of projects in Mile 2 and Apapa area of the state. Abiola Oluwole completes the story as presented from our studios.
Inspection began at the road construction in Mile 2 area, where Fashola appealed to residents to desist from patronizing street traders and dumping of refuse and drainages.
We have to beg ourselves and beg citizens to leave the road. The road is not a market. We also have to appeal to commuters to stop shopping in traffic. These are so we can't trade on the road, buy things on the road and expect traffic to move. It's not going to happen.
The governor proceeded to Apapa, where residents complained about the nuisance tanker drivers are constituting in the area.
The reality is that on a work day, even Okada cannot pass this road. Okada, I'm not talking about a car.
After a discussion between the leadership of the Tanker Drivers Union, Ghana got a 1 week commitment from the Petro Tanker Drivers Unit of Newpeng to sanitize the area.
How many days should I come back?
I'll get back.
No, you have to give me a commitment here. So let's start. So we begin to measure. The next 1 week. I'll be back on Sunday, and I hope that from tomorrow we begin to see some improvement.
Residents are optimistic that the area will soon be free of nuisance from the tankers.
Plans to impeach Adamawa State Governor Murtala Inyako took a dramatic turn as the governor declared Monday and Tuesday as work-free days in the state. Opponents of the governor in the State House of Assembly say Inyako's action is an attempt to frustrate the move to impeach him. The governor was said to have played a fast one on his opponents, following indications that the acting chief judge of the state, Justice Ambrose Mamadi, might inaugurate the 7-member panel he set up to investigate allegations of gross misconduct leveled against the governor and his deputy, Bala James Ngilari. A statement by Abdurrahman Abba, Nyako's chief of staff, stated that the governor has approved Monday, July 7 and Tuesday, July 8 as work-free days in Adamawa State to enable the people of the state reflect on the current happenings in the country and to use the period to offer special prayers for peace in the state and the country. The governor alleged that the acting chief judge had set up the 7-man committee under duress. Director of Press and Media, Ahmed Sajo, says that the promoters of the impeachment move were not law-abiding. Sajo expressed concern that it had become obvious that promoters of the impeachment plot were determined not to obey the courts, saying their actions have so far demonstrated a disdain for the judiciary. The members of the panel to probe the governor as announced by the acting chief judge Abubakar Gama as chairman, Laraba Hassan, Jidda Kito, Joshua Abu, Binano Esfan, Saad Lawan, and Eston Kapsiso. The Edo State House of Assembly crisis took a new twist when the People's Democratic Party lawmakers gained entry into the Anthony and Nahoro Assembly complex and held a separate plenary. The lawmakers, which included the impeached Deputy Speaker Festus Abia, who acted as Speaker, and 3 suspended members, sat in front of the entrance to the chamber. It was gathered that the lawmakers had converged at the Assembly complex as early as 7 a.m. with a separate mace and a sergeant-at-arms overheard acclaiming Mr. Speaker repeatedly. Abia said the lawmakers had resolved that the renovation in the Assembly complex was illegal. He also stated that the Speaker, Uye Igbe, and other principal officers of the House should be prevented from making withdrawals from the Assembly's account. Abia said the House had further asked Governor Adams Oshumole to pay the outstanding entitlements of the recalled teachers and instructed the 24 local government chairmen to forward their receipts of cash disbursements to the House. A heavy presence of security operatives was seen around the Assembly, causing gridlocks on major roads around the Legislative Building. Nurses and trainee doctors have been attending to bomb victims at the National Hospital in Abuja. Striking doctors have continued to stay off work in spite of expectations by the health authorities that they will call off their nationwide strike. CoreTV News learned that the Nigerian Medical Association may suspend the strike after its emergency delegates meeting. The Medical and Dental Consultants Association of Nigeria has assured all patients and Nigerians of its commitment to uninterrupted and high-quality healthcare services in all hospitals across the country. The association urged its members nationwide to ignore the ongoing strike called by the Nigerian Medical Association, saying they should continue to provide services to patients. The association says reports from hospitals nationwide showed that members had been attending to patients in various hospitals across the country. In a statement by its national president, Stephen Oluwole, the consultants said they had been working within the limits that are practicable in the current prevailing situation and circumstances. Medical doctors under the aegis of the Nigerian Medical Association will be holding an emergency delegates meeting to review its demands and negotiations with the federal government. The meeting was called to appraise the outcome of the July 3rd meeting that was held in Abuja between members of the National Executive Council, the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, the Minister of Health, and other top officials in the Federal Ministry of Health. The outcome of the meeting will determine whether the nationwide strike, which is in its second week, will be suspended. Delegates meeting will have in attendance the state chairman and members of the Medical Association National Executive Council. Still on the doctor strike, medical practitioners have faulted the 24 points agenda by the Nigerian Medical Association that resulted to the ongoing strike by resident doctors across the country. They insisted that only one of the 24 points is in favor of the Nigerian people. The chairman, National Association of Nurses and Midwives, Lagos State University Teaching Hospital Chapter, Ajala Olubenga, says medical practitioners should stop being obsolete and selfish.
Out of 24 points, only 1 point is talking about health insurance for the populace. The remaining 23 points are of selfish interest, which doctors want for themselves. You know some of the reasons why they want to go. They want to be the alpha and the omega of the health industry. And that is not doable. They want to control all other professionals. That is not doable. They want to dictate the salary of other professionals in the health sector. How do you now say that the strike called for this purpose, it is to save the health industry? Definitely no. Consultants, it is not restricted to doctors. So anybody could become a consultant. So far, you are a guru in your field.
Trained hospital administrators are the ones who manage the hospital. The job of chief executive is purely administrative. It has nothing to do with clinical practice. And so they should wake up and stop terrorizing Nigerians with illegal strike and let the rule of law be. We are in democracy era. The rule of law should be. What we are experiencing in Nigeria is a product of military rule. When you look at the 24 points, the only point that has to do with the public is national health insurance to cover everyone. And on that point, I agree. And I believe every other professional will agree that health insurance should cover every Nigerian. We don't have social security. So if we have health insurance, better for us, we can access health facilities.
You're watching CoreTV News on the Hour. We'll take a break and the news continues thereafter. Stay with us.
From time immemorial, women have birthed life, shaped character, and by extension, influenced the society. Moremi of Ife, Emoten of Benin, Queen Aminat of Zaria, all women of influence and power.
Whether it's before election, after election.
How ironical. Women being so powerful, yet have few grounds in decision making.
They see you as a wife, and I see you as a wife to a man.
We are talking women in politics.
A woman will be bold enough to stand up and say, I want to become president of Nigeria.
Only on CoreTV News.
CoreTV News now provide a platform for live coverage of political rallies and electioneering campaign from anywhere in Nigeria. Political news stories, political editorial reviews, political discussions, personality profile, People's Parliament from the National, State and Local Government Assembly. Contact us now on 0803-471-8550 or 0803-724-9733. 01453-3407.
Our 24-hour news station.
Nigerians continue to travel the city of Lagos.
There is still a poor level of
Be the first to know. From the north, south, east, west and around Africa. We break the news.
One Nigeria.
Now you can catch all the actions live as the news breaks. We are CoreTV News.
Welcome to CoreTV.
Our 24-hour news station. You can now watch CoreTV News live from anywhere in the world on our website www.coretvnews.com. Click on Live TV on our website and watch us live.
And welcome to CoreTV Primetime Days.
To follow us on Twitter, click on Twitter icon on our website. On Facebook, click on the Facebook and YouTube to see all our previous news production. You can also watch us live on YouTube. Click CoreTV, leave a space, then News. CoreTV News, our 24-hour news station.
Welcome back. A Jerusalem court ordered that a Palestinian-American teenager who was allegedly beaten in police custody be released to house arrest for 9 days pending an investigation into stone-throwing allegations. Tariq Abu Khada, who holds United States citizenship and lives in Florida, is a cousin of Muhammad Abu Khada, a 16-year-old Palestinian whose kidnap and murder by suspected Jewish extremists sparked 4 straight days of riots. Tariq was arrested in the eastern Jerusalem neighborhood of Shufat during clashes between stone throwers and Israeli riot police. According to his parents, he was beaten in police custody, provoking a sharp rebuke from the U.S. State Department, which said it was profoundly troubled by the report.
My son was severely beaten by Israeli soldiers, and they threw him in jail, not considering the fact that he needs medical attention. Well, his cousin, Muhammad Abu Khada, was abducted and burned to death. There was a huge protest. Everybody was protesting. We need a voice to voice our anger. Now he has some blood in his urine. We don't know where that came from. He's very badly swollen in the face. Very, very badly. His face is distorted. I can't even recognize him.
And that's all we can take on the news at 4. I am Martin Dixon. Do enjoy the rest of our programming.